just...
This guy is as good at his craft as Leonardo da Vinci, but his art is brutal knockouts. Tenshin Nasukawa turns any fight into an incredible show, and like an experienced executioner, he beheads anyone who gets in his way. The cheeky Japanese who knows no defeat has had a lot of amazing fights, and in this video, we will show you the best of them. Call all your friends to the screen as the show is about to begin. Tenshin Nasukawa started his journey at the age of 5 when his father enrolled him in karate. He competed from a young age and already won the national championship at the age of 11. But the little Japanese prodigy dreamed of being on the big stage and making a lot of money. And at the age of 14, the rising star from the land of the rising sun began a professional career. By 2019, the Japanese Wonder Kid had already managed to have 30 professional fights, winning them all. Moreover, 23 of his victories were held by striking knockouts. Then, 20-year-old Tenshin Nasukawa faced Argentine fighter Frederick Roma in the ring in Tokyo, who was ready to add a first defeat to the Japanese's record. The Argentine was the WKN super flyweight champion and had destroyed 8 opponents in a row prior to his fight with Nasukawa. The bell rang and the fight started.
Focus on the face of Federico Roma.
Nasukawa showed no Japanese hospitality and sent the Argentine wiping the floor.
Tenshin Nasukawa both in orthodox, southpaw.
Having broken Roma mentally from the first seconds, Tenshin began to break his opponent physically.
Flying knee, rocking his head back again.
Nasukawa began to feed the Argentine with punches. And for dessert, he served the dish right into his mouth. Further, Roma showed with all his appearance that everything was normal, but the cut said otherwise. The fight continued, and the Japanese, having accumulated enough chakra, used the executioner's jutsu and sent his opponent into the shadow reality.
Is the classic Tenshin Nasukawa pose with just 90 seconds.
Ooh. A little bit of a capoeira type kick.
Ending the fight with a stunning knockout, Nasukawa added another victory to his record.
Who he will face in July this
year. He had trouble making weight.
In 2017, Tenshin had the chance to face a true living Muay Thai legend, the unstoppable beast Rotang Jitmuangnon. Rotang was, by then, the one flyweight Muay Thai world champion and was riding a 13-fight unbeaten streak. Their fight would determine who would become the first Rise World Featherweight Champion. Everyone was excited for the fight between the young upstart and the Muay Thai legend. The fighters started the bout eagerly, as each of them was hungry for victory. Their bout was as incredible and exciting as Godzilla and King Kong's. The fighters exchanged their best blows. It was a battle to the death. Rotang was 100% fired up in the thick of the fight, and in his usual manner began to provoke the Japanese Wonder Boy into a brutal exchange. Rotang got what he wanted, but he had no idea how it would turn out. The last round came to an end, and everyone was waiting for the judge's decision. A draw had been declared, and in this case, according to the rules, the fighters were to have an extra round. Looking at Rodtang, it was clear that he could do this all day long. He even scared the Nasukawa family. The extra round began, and the fighters went to give the last of what they had. Any mistake meant the end, and none of the fighters could afford to lose. But only one could be the strongest. In this battle full of tension, Tenshin triumphed. Nasukawa proved himself capable of running over even legends and continued his climb to the top. Next, he went on to conquer the Risen FF World Grand Prix. He easily demolished his opponents and worked his way up the tournament grid, reaching the semifinals. The prodigy was in great form, and on New Year's Eve, he was surprised by Yuta Hamamoto, nicknamed Cat. From the first minutes, Hamamoto was overly cautious and was wary of the punches of the ferocious Tenshin. The Cat was even less afraid of water than he was of missing a blow from his opponent. Once in a while, the coward tried to face his fear, but only received powerful blows to the face. Finally, Hamamoto's endurance scale ran out. Nasukawa couldn't let this chance slip away and rushed to fight his way into the finals. Nasukawa's explosive missiles finally reached their target and defeated his opponent. However, Hamamoto was able to recover from this blow and thought he could still grab the initiative. But as soon as Hamamoto got up, Tenshin struck him again like lightning. After that, the poor guy would have to make an appointment with the dentist, maybe even get some psychological help. But Nasukawa didn't achieve worldwide recognition right away. Many haters said that Tenshin wasn't that scary and dangerous. To stop him, all you have to do is watch his footwork. So Nasukawa was going to prove to everyone that his boxing also deserves respect. To do so, he challenged former boxer Kizumon Saiga, who had recently come into kickboxing. The two compatriots wanted to make a loud statement, but Saiga didn't yet know that he was facing the planet's top prodigy. As soon as the bell rang, the two warriors from the land of the rising sun clashed in a fierce battle and crossed swords like samurais. But once Nasukawa started fighting seriously, Saiga began to look like a defenseless child. After briefly tormenting his victim, the young predator sent him to lie down and rest. With a powerful left cross, Nasukawa sent his opponent into the Phantom Zone and proved to the world that dynamite is not only in his legs, but also in his hands. And Tenshin got all the attention again. But Japan's Bruce Lee knew how to deliver a show not only in his prime, but also at a young age. So, when the rising star was just 14 years old, he made his first kickboxing debut, where he faced compatriot Tomo Aramatsu. The command fight was given, and the fighters clashed in the middle of the ring. Kid Nasukawa began to press the opponent, and after 10 seconds, Aramatsu was on the canvas. And at that moment, Aramatsu made the worst mistake of his life, deciding to get up after such a hard knockdown. As the battle continued, the Japanese prodigy covered him with gunfire from the punches.
パンチの連打かなり激しい。
やっぱりジュニア時代から近い試合をやってるんですよ。試合慣れしてます。
And having broken Aramatsu's morale, Tenshin, with his loaded high kick, sent him into the realm of Morpheus.
これはデビュー戦ということなんですが、もうそのデビュー戦の緊張感というのが全くありませんね。左のハイ。
Finishing the fight early, he was able to go home to watch a couple of episodes of his favorite anime. A year after his kickboxing debut, Nasukawa was asked to compete in the National Blade 2 tournament. There were no vampires there, but the roster included some of the scariest characters. One of them was one of the greatest kickboxers ever, Taiku Naito. Their fight would determine who would go home with the honors of victory and who would commit harakiri. The fight started, and Naito was more active at first, so anesthesiologist Nasukawa prescribed him a sedative. However, after a shocking dose of tranquilizers, Naito still managed to stand up, and he even managed to cripple Tenshin. After messing up his opponent's hair, Naito incurred Nasukawa's anger and ended up on all fours. Nasukawa then rushed to finally finish his opponent and beat the soul out of Naito with a hail of blows. That night, the 15-year-old prodigy won a brand new belt and a $25,000 bonus. Over time, Nasukawa has become someone you want to strive for and someone you want to defeat at all costs. One of those dreaming of stopping the formidable Japanese was Argentine Ignacio Caplanche. Caplanche was on a streak of 14 wins in a row and was determined to put another knockout on his record. But the prodigy had no fear in his eyes, and he was ready to dance a deadly tango with the Argentine. And so the fight began, and instead of demonstrating the wonders of his technique, the Argentine fought according to the rules of non-contact combat. Constant failures made Ignacio angry, and he was determined to take Nasukawa's head off. But the Japanese turned out to be so elusive that Caplanche beat only the air around him. The cat and mouse game quickly bored Nasukawa, and he decided to put on a real show for the audience. To start, Nasukawa minced all of his opponent's organs. But Caplanche pulled himself together and tried to fight back, but the danger came from where it was not expected. Even after that, the Argentine was still on his feet, showing incredible resilience. Nasukawa realized that he would not knock out the conquistador so easily and decided to resort to his main trump card. By activating the killer mode, Tenshin sent his opponent into the very depths of hellish pain. At the end of 2016, Nasukawa had one of his most high-profile fights. He faced the famous Thai fighter Wanchalong PK Sayanchai. Nasukawa, as befits a descendant of samurai, treated his older and more experienced opponent with respect. But when the fight started, instead of touching gloves, Wanchalong made a rat-like move. Apparently, the Thai had changed his human form into a rat's instead of changing gender.
Seemingly anything he wants, looking for a high knee there.
Stunned by such a dirty act, Tenshin decided to teach the scoundrel who had lost his honor a lesson. For an entire round, the Japanese made rat meat sushi out of Wanchalong.
Firing back, but eating blow after blow here. Tenshin Nasukawa teeing off on Wanchalong here.
But the scoundrel still kept at it and hoped to hold on until the break.
Looking to put it on the face of Wanchalong.
Nasukawa, however, was not going to drag this fight out. He punished the scoundrel with an incredibly beautiful and cruel punishment.
On the canvas, brutal.
Nasukawa confidently conquered all the tops in the promotion's Rise and Risen. Meanwhile, another notorious fighter from Japan, named Takeru Sagawa, champion of 3 divisions of K1, was terrifying all fighters.
The ring. Oh, it looks like he's going down.
He is hurt.
Oh, they're gonna call it.
You can feel the tension building.
Fans of both fighters had been wanting to see the greatest fighters fight for several years, but the organizers denied them because of the Cold War between Risen and K1. However, in late 2021, the president of Risen announced at a conference that the promotion's egos cannot stand above the desires of the audience. Therefore, they would organize a fight that would determine the greatest kickboxer in the world. The bout was to be held on June 19, 2022, at a neutral venue. By that time, Takeru was on a series of 35 victories, and so the long-awaited fight kicked off. Throughout the first round, Tenshin stalked Takeru with his lightning-fast attacks. And then delivered a hot cross right to the point. The fighters showed such a fiery first round that there was no limit to the audience's delight. The fight continued, and Nasukawa performed his trademark combination, and then he gave Sagawa the Tokyo Jab beatdown. Takeru realized he was about to lose, so he decided to literally use his head, sneakily punching Tenshin. This sneaky blow blinded Tenshin and caused him serious damage. Nasukawa could not recover for a long time, but still continued the fight. It was only after his opponent's injury that Sagawa was able to fight Tenshin as an equal. But apparently, he didn't know that a wounded lion is a very dangerous lion. The scoundrel miraculously survived the knockout, but he couldn't save himself from defeat. After this incredible fight, our hero announced that he is leaving kickboxing and going to conquer new heights, thanking all his fans for their support. Ending in this video, we have shared with you the best fights in kickboxing of Japanese prodigy, Tenshin Nasukawa. After retiring from kickboxing, Tenshin moved on to boxing, where he currently has 4 straight wins, but that's another story. Share in the comments which Nasukawa fight you like the most. Like and subscribe to Boxing Game. Thanks for watching.